Hi, my name is Alicia.
My name's Alicia. That's a nice, solid white girl name. Did you come from a nice white family?
No.
No. What kind of family you come from?
Well, my mom was kind of demented.
Okay, like clinically demented to where she needed a doctor, or just she was just an unpleasant person.
Unpleasant person. Very unpleasant.
Tell me more.
Well, she told me I was a mistake.
Really?
Yeah, when I was like 8.
Okay. Now I feel like a lot of people actually were a mistake. So, is that necessarily a bad thing to deal with? The truth.
When you're 8, yes.
When you're 8, it's just too early.
Yeah.
I hear you. Now, were you the only kid?
No, I guess you call it brother.
Why do you say you guess you could call a brother?
Because he was never a brother to me.
Is it an older brother or younger brother?
Younger brother. It's only me and him.
Oh, so it's only 2 kids. Okay, so two of you, and you grew up where?
In Grand Rapids,
In
Michigan.
Grand Rapids, Michigan. And you and your younger brother didn't get along.
No. Me and my mother didn't get along.
And that's unusual because when we think about parents, I feel as though it's usually the father that's the absentee one. You can always count on your mother for love.
Never.
Damn. Why do you think that was?
Because I don't think the bitch, loved herself.
You said what?
I said, I don't think the bitch loved herself, let alone love anybody else.
Ah, you don't think she loved herself. Okay.
The bitch been married 5 times.
5 times?
5. I think she slept with my son's daddy, but she won't admit it.
She slept with your son's father.
Yes.
Now, is your son's father, what ethnicity is he?
He's white.
He's white. Okay. Shout out to you. How many kids you got?
4.
4. Or how many baby daddies you got?
2.
2. Both of them white? That's good. I like to see that consistency. You feel me? You can't be in the grocery store. You got 1 black baby, 1 white baby, 1 Latino baby.
Right.
Okay, good. And what are your kids up to nowadays?
Honestly, I have no idea. My oldest daughter hates me because of my mother.
Okay. By the way, shout out to Darius supporting the work. He writes hard black over Quetty. Okay. Shout out to the real one supporting this great content. So you said you don't have any clue what your kids are up to now.
No.
How do you feel about that?
Honestly, as far as my daughter goes, it really don't matter. And I know that sounds bad, but she's let my mother fill her head with all this bullshit about me.
Did your mother raise her?
Yes, my mother's also given that little girl 5 different last names.
Okay.
Every time she got married, she changed my kids' last name.
Oh, so your mama been married 5 times. So every time she gets married, she changes her name and then
changes my kids' last name.
Okay.
How fucked up is that?
Well, we gonna measure what's messed up and what's not messed up. I mean, how did your mom end up being the one that's raising your daughter?
Because her and my ex. See, what happened was the bitch. And I have to call her bitch because that's what she is.
Okay, it get like that.
I left my baby with a babysitter.
You left your baby with a babysitter. You're talking about your daughter.
Yes.
Is this the older child?
Yes.
Okay, all right, cool.
And my ex, dude I was living with, he wasn't my ex at the time, but he went to the babysitters and picked up my daughter and called my mom. So my mom, I left my daughter home alone.
Okay.
So my mom took the rent money that I had given her for my apartment and went and got custody papers.
Okay. Wow.
So she did some grimy ass shit. And by the way, her name is Connie Virgin and she's a whore.
Wait. Yo. Did you just throw your mom's whole government out there? They called her a whore?
Yep.
It get like that.
She lives in Holland, Michigan, just to let you know.
Okay. Now, is she a good-looking whore or not a good-looking whore? Because some people might be interested.
I should give it to you if you want
it. She just like that easy? You just show up and whip your meat out and it's on?
Basically.
That's what's up.
Bitch been married 5 times. What you call it?
Hey, I don't know.
If you need a place to crash, you should go find that bitch. She'll let you crash.
Damn. And you said she's in what city? I'm trying to put some people on.
Holland, Michigan.
Holland, Michigan?
It's actually called West Olive.
Okay.
West Olive, Michigan.
Shout to DJ Berserk supporting the work rights. Peace to the saints. Okay, now here's the thing. Do you think your mother? Wait, would you consider your mother a bad mother?
Yes.
Because I don't want to put no words in your mouth. All right. Do you think she was a bad mother because she was a promiscuous woman?
I think she was a bad mother because men meant more to her than I did.
Ah. Why do you think men meant so much to your mother?
Because she's one of the women that need to have a man in her life.
Mm-hmm.
Because I guess that's what defines her, I guess. I have no idea.
And well, if that's the case, why is she not staying in the relationships with the men?
Oh, my son told me that her last husband just passed off. He died.
Oh, he died. Okay.
Yeah. So I'm pretty sure she's gonna get married again.
Well, we can't even count them 5 divorces against her. We just got to count it at 4. if one of them died, we got to give that woman some credit then. Okay, that's what's up. And what about you? How do you feel about having a man in your life?
I'm good.
Damn. Why is that?
Because I will never be Connie. Never. That's her name.
Connie.
Yeah, that's the bitch name.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, you don't have to be Connie just to have a man in your life.
And then I seen what this bitch went through. I'm good.
Oh, you think the men put her through some issues?
And she put herself through them.
Mm.
If you stay in a relationship and you let that man beat on you,
that's where it went too far.
But you let it though, and you stayed with him, and stayed with him, and stayed with him.
She was down for it. Shout out to Joseph Sins Intuition supporting the work. Yeah. I think that's probably a good time to end the relationship. That's what I always recommend to people as soon as it becomes physically violent.
But every relationship has been like that.
For her.
Yeah.
You know what? I think there are certain types of women who
like that shit.
Oh, you think she likes it?
Apparently that's all she goes for.
Now, what ethnicity are the guys your mother's dealing with?
White. Every black man I've ever been in a relationship with has never beat on me.
Oh, have you been beat before?
One time, and I smacked that nigga right back the same way he smacked me, and he never hit me again.
Okay, and that was a black guy?
No, it was a white boy.
That was a white boy. Okay, goodness. All right, you called him a nigga. I thought it was a black guy. All right, cool. So you're one time you're dealing with somebody that actually beat you. It turned out to be a white guy.
Yeah.
And the black guys was actually doing all right in terms of that area.
Yeah.
Got you. So what's your preference of men?
Black.
Why is that?
Because for one, they're sexier.
I can't argue with you. Go ahead.
For two, not all of them have big dicks, but most of them do.
You over here breaking down some stereotypes, huh?
It's a myth when they say all black men have big dicks. That's a lie.
That's a lie. Damn it! I wouldn't know.
That's a big ass lie.
I wouldn't. Okay. No, does that matter?
No.
That doesn't matter. So
as long as they know how to fuck, it's all good.
As long as they got that motion in the ocean they be talking about. I hear you. Now, what if they treat you right and everything is good in the relationship, but they can't knock it down the way you like?
Well, then they just have to know that I sell pussy, so I'm gonna do that too.
They gotta respect the fact that you're putting it on the market.
Yes.
You ever had some pimping in your life?
No.
Why you ain't mess with no pimping?
Because I'll be damned if I'm gonna suck and fuck and give my money to anybody.
Oh. What about your man? What if you got a man? You gonna give it up to him?
No.
Damn, you stingy. You stingy as hell. How you become so stingy?
Because you better get a hustle, you better do something.
Shout out to Melvin. He writes, "Peace to the saints, standing up, making my name known, love and respect." Appreciate you. Shout out to Melvin supporting the work. Carrying on. Okay, so now tell me this. When did you turn your first trick?
With my husband.
Wait, what?
You said, wait, what?
Wait, you said with your ex-husband?
With my mom's husband.
Oh, with your mom's husband?
My mom's ex-husband, yes.
This story then just took a turn. So the first time you sold you some punani, it was to your mother's ex-husband?
Yeah, after I found out she slept with my son's daddy.
After she found out after you found out she slept with the father of your son. You ever heard of Jerry Springer? Y'all ever heard of Jerry? This is some real Jerry Springer shit right here, boy.
Oh no, some Jerry Springer shit would be how my cousin ran off with her daddy.
Wait, what? Your cousin?
My cousin, okay. My Aunt Karen was married to this guy named Rick.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
My cousin Christina
Yeah.
ran off with him and got married and had a baby.
Rewind that one more time for your boy.
My Aunt Karen.
Aunt Karen.
Yeah.
Okay.
Was married to a guy named Rick.
Was married to Rick. Okay.
Right.
All right.
And my cousin Christy.
The daughter of Karen.
Right. Not Rick's daughter. Karen's daughter.
Karen's daughter. Okay.
Right.
Yeah.
Ran off with her sister, with her brother and sister's daddy.
Oh.
And got married and had a baby.
Damn. So he raised her low key, and
that part.
Also, that's hood. He raised her and then started beating it down, huh?
Yes.
Damn. You think he was hitting it while he was officially the
of
stepfather? Course. You said, of course. Goddamn. Oh, shit. Okay. All right.
And then this bitch come back in her mama's life like ain't shit happened.
Huh? Like it was all good.
Yeah.
Huh? That's the world we live in.
I'm like,
man.
Then the bitch want to talk about I sell pussy. Yes, I do, bitch, but I don't give it up to my daddy.
Now, oh yeah. Now the first piece of vagina that you sold, did he proposition you or did you just like offer it? Like who was the one leading this? Was it your?
It was just I didn't actually have been a random conversation. I was like, I need some money. He said, I need some pussy. I said, I need $50.
Now, once you sold that piece of PUSSY to your mother's husband, was that just the only time he smashed? Or
No.
Tell me more.
Every time the bitch went out. Every time she went to bingo.
Oh, every time she went to bingo,
yeah.
You was serving it up. Ain't that some? Now, was he hitting raw or was he strapping up?
Oh, he was strapping up.
That's what's up. You're responsible, huh?
Yeah.
Praise the Lord. Praise the Lord. Shout out to Philip. He writes, "Peace of the Saints." Damn. The Underdog writes, "Peace of Saints. Hey, Marquett, just curious when the next new member orientation will take place. New member orientation is at the beginning of every month. If you're currently a member, on the 15th, we will have All Saints meeting. So you can join All Saints meeting. And if you talk to whoever's leading it, we might be able to get you into that Discord if that's what you're looking for. Okay, cool. So every time your mama went to bingo, her husband was wearing that ass out. And was that the only time, like during that time period, what age were you?
I was like 17, 18.
17, 18. Damn. So that was some fresh ass vagina, huh?
Yes.
Damn. You was serving.
Mind you, I had my first baby 3 weeks before my 18th birthday.
Okay, damn. I'm trying to do math now. You had your first baby 3 weeks before.
I'm 46. She'll be 30.
She'll be 30. Damn. Y'all could go out and kick it and shit, huh?
That part.
Yeah, that's crazy. Okay. So you had your first baby 3 weeks before your 18th birthday, which would mean you got pregnant early around age 17. So at the time you were selling vagina to your mother's husband, you were also sleeping with somebody else without a condom. Who was that?
My son's daddy. My two oldest kids have the same father.
Really? Shout out to you. Now, how many years apart are your two oldest kids?
2. All my kids are 2 years apart.
Okay. So it's 2 years apart. All right.
2 years and a month.
And did he know that you was slinging vagina at
No,
that time?
of course not.
He said, of course not. So, absolutely not.
Brian would not like that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Now, tell me this, because I know a lot of cats think that you can figure it out. Do you think that there's a difference in the vagina with different guys going in there? So like say you my old lady, right? And we live together. And I go out to go play bingo with your mama. And so I max you out, and then I go out to play bingo. And then another dude sneak in the back door, Uncle Rufus and snuck in the back door. He go ahead and get in it. Then I come back home from bingo, and then I get in it again. You think I'd be able to tell the difference?
No, my pussy wouldn't.
What about the other girls?
I have no idea.
You have no idea. But your shit just that quality, huh?
Yeah.
It's snapping right back.
Yeah.
You crazy as hell. You crazy as hell.
I got the snap back.
Okay. Now, when did you become full-fledged with the with the slinging this vagina? Was it as soon as you sold it to your mom's husband, Or was that when you start selling it generally, or what?
No, when I started getting high.
Okay, when was that?
Right afterwards. Yeah.
So you started getting high at age 17.
Yeah.
What was you getting high on?
Crack.
Is it that crack? Now,
Prozac.
what are all the drugs you've used over
That's
your
it.
lifetime? Oh, you just sticking to the crack.
Yeah.
You loyal and dedicated, huh? Damn. Okay, now you know we got some new...
Death before dishonor.
You said what?
Death before dishonor.
Yeah, I hear you. You know we got some new shit that came out, right?
I'm good.
You ain't trying to mess with none of that.
The Fetty?
I mean, yeah, we got that. Of course, meth is a classic. Of course, we got the heron, as the black folks like to say. We got Special K. We got MD. I mean, I could go on and on. We got the
I could too,
pills
but I don't want to do none of that.
None of it.
No.
So you just fell in love with crack and said, if it ain't crack, it's whack.
That part.
Ain't that something? Goddamn. And I ain't even gonna lie to you. I always just assume if somebody uses hard drugs that they're indiscriminate. But you obviously have refined taste. Just crack or nothing.
I won't do nothing else.
Damn. Is that because you're trying to like limit your addictions, or just because you're like, crack's good enough for me?
Crack's good enough for me.
That's a beautiful thing. I gotta ask you some questions about that in a second. For real. Give me a second. Let me see if folks are supporting the work. Shout out to Charlie. He writes, "This is real raw content." for real though. And the funny thing too is you have a good sense of humor. I might have to, I wouldn't be surprised if the people are like, you know what, bring back Alicia. Alicia be cutting up. Now,
because Alicia don't give a fuck.
You know what? I could tell that.
You get that?
I get that. I mean, well, shit, when you fuck your mama's husband, I'm gonna go ahead and say you don't care about nothing.
When that bitch stopped giving a fuck about me, I stopped giving a fuck about anything.
Did she ever start caring about you? Do you ever remember a time where your mother cared?
No.
God.
Do you know when I got out of prison, right?
Okay.
I had to go to an adult foster care home because I didn't have nowhere to parole to.
Like a halfway house?
No, adult foster care.
What the hell is that?
Adult, like child foster care?
Yeah.
Adult foster care.
I didn't even know that was a thing.
Yes.
Huh.
Okay. This bitch, when I was in prison, okay? Mm-hmm. This is how cold-hearted this bitch is.
Okay.
And I hope this bitch is watching and I don't give a fuck.
Okay.
The bitch tried to say she sent in a visitor's application to see me, right?
Okay, yeah.
But was denied. Okay. Bitch, you're lying. Because for one, they would never deny you your family. You're my blood.
Your actual mother, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Bitch, you gave birth to me.
Right.
Come to find out, the bitch never sent in a visitor's application.
So she's also a liar, is what you're saying.
A very big liar. Okay. My grandma died 9 days after I went to the penitentiary.
Uh-huh.
I didn't find out until 2 weeks before I got out.
How long were you in the pen?
18 months.
18 months. That's a nice little bit.
And my mama didn't tell me. My Aunt Karen slipped up and told me because she was under the impression that the bitch that gave birth to me already told me.
Yeah. Now, what did you end up getting locked up for?
For some petty ass checks.
Oh, you was getting your fraud on?
Yeah.
That's what's up.
It wasn't like I stole your check or nothing like that.
Yeah, because I'd have had to beat your ass. Shit, I ain't gonna lie to you.
None of that. But what it was I went and opened up a small business checking account.
Uh-huh.
We got a tax ID number was only $20.
Right.
As you know.
Okay.
And then we went to the bank. Uh-huh. We got a small business checking account.
Yeah. And
they give you printed payroll checks.
Oh, okay.
Mind you, I'm a criminal. Printed payroll check.
He said, mind you, I'm a criminal. You've been thugging your whole life? Like you ain't never had a legitimate job?
No.
That's what's up. You dedicated to them streets. Shout out to Austin. He writes, last question on Patreon. Okay, so he sent in a question. Let me go ahead and find it. I think he's about to send that in now. So you've never had a legitimate job in your life?
No.
Wow. Do you ever plan on cleaning up and just
no.
That was hood. That was hood. You're telling me you don't ever plan on having a normal job and just being a good citizen?
For what?
Damn. That's crazy. I love it. Now, why are you like this?
I guess Because nobody gives a fuck.
About you or just in
Yeah,
general?
about me. Period.
So you need love.
What's that?
That's something that you need.
I've never had that.
Yeah, would you appreciate it, you think? Or it's just too late?
I don't know.
Interesting. Okay. Austin writes, I asked about the advice for running that 50K race. It's in April. I think I should have prefaced it by saying that the longest I've ever run was 19 and a half miles. Okay, fair enough. A little over 30K. Up the same mountain the 50K is on. Okay, that's good. You said I should train 35K on a single given day of the week leading up to the run. I just want to confirm that that's what you really meant. I got you. So number one, if the race is a 50K race, at some point you need to get up to 50K.
Right.
And you, right? Right?
Because running 30K is not going to do it, buddy.
Yeah, at some point you need to get up to 50K. Leading up to the race, I would start scaling down your running as you're getting closer to the race, which is in April. So you got plenty of time, in my opinion. But before the race, you know, I'd be consistently running, but I'd be scaling down. So like the most I'd probably run, you know, say the day before the race is probably like a 5K. Excuse me, no, that's not 5. Probably about 5 miles. So like probably about 8K tops is what I would do. But yeah, you want to scale down toward the race. But make sure you get up to that 50K mark and exceed it a couple times, you know, well before that race.
Otherwise, you're not going to make it.
Yeah, I mean, you can make it. It's just going to hurt more.
Right.
Yeah, it's all a mental game. It's just
the first time you do it is going to hurt like a motherfucker.
Yeah. Now, what about you? Did you ever play any sports or anything like that? What are you about, like 5'9"?
5'10".
5'10"? Yeah, you ever play any sports or anything like that?
No.
You was just thugging. You was just outside. When everybody else was in middle school and high school, you was just outside thugging, huh?
Why not?
That's crazy. Now, tell me this. Since you've been in them streets, what's the craziest trick story you got?
I had to shit on a guy.
You had to shit on the gentleman, huh? Now, where exactly?
On his stomach.
So he just laying flat out on his back, huh? And
he jacked off while I did it.
This is some degenerate shit. Lord Jesus. I'm gonna go ahead and say that guy was not black.
Yes, he was.
Damn it! No, you didn't did us dirty.
He was a black truck driver.
He's a black truck driver. Was it in his truck or was it like a little Momo?
In his truck.
Shut up. That man didn't let you boo-boo on him in his truck.
A white guy let me piss in his mouth.
God damn. This is evil. This is how was he laying on his back too?
Jacking off.
This is this is crazy. Yo, this is crazy. Oh, what else you got?
I had one truck driver. The only one, and he was black. The only one to see me when I was on my period.
Wait, you said what? He did what?
The only one to see me when I was on my period.
See, that's ironic because that's the time I wouldn't even want to see you.
Right.
That's insane.
And then he wanted to eat my pussy.
This man might be a vampire of some sort. That boy he's a perverted vampire. That's crazy as hell. Oh, shit. Oh, my Lord. You know what? I ain't gonna lie to you. What be pissing me off is when a chick come hang out knowing she on her period, right? Like we about to kick it. Like if you don't knock it off, take your bloody ass home. I interviewed one young lady who, you know, she's really proud of her hoeing, and she had told me one of her horror stories, or I guess horror stories, when she was out in the Blade on Fig in L.A. And she was out in L.A. and a Mexican guy had picked her up on the Blade. And so he's driving her in the truck and they go into a spot so they can take care of their business. And he told her that he wanted anal. And she says, no, I don't sell ass. I sell pussy, my boy. And he was like, oh, word? She was like, yeah, I just sell pussy. He was like, okay. And then proceeds to sock her in her head until she was unconscious, and then she woke up butt ass naked in the back of his truck. And then basically while he was driving, she had to like open the door and jump out butt ass naked.
Oh,
and
wow.
I mean, we can imagine he went ahead and violated that backside while she was out unconscious. And I remember this is how I knew that she was serious about her hoeing. After that, after she had told me that story, and this actually wasn't on camera, she had told me, she just told me this personally. I said, did you consider giving up the game at that point? She said, hell nah. I was like, God damn, this bitch is a serious hoe right here. What do you think about that? You respect her hoeing, or you think she should have gave it up?
No, I've been raped.
On during the job?
Yeah.
That's not rape, that's theft.
And I don't report it to the police. I don't do none of that.
That's theft. That's not, you know what I'm saying? Because you was selling the goods and he just took it for free, so that'd be theft.
Theft and rape.
Yeah, at the same damn time. That nigga's a real he's a real criminal.
The only time I ever reported anything to the police was when this dude, and this was here in Vegas, he picked me up and he told me he was the police. Come to find out he was not the police.
Oh.
So I turned his ass in, and I sure the fuck did.
Yeah, no, that's a real crime, impersonating the police. No, that's a real crime right there. Now, was he dressed as them, or he just claimed?
No, he was in an undercover car, supposedly.
Oh, he had one of them Impalas or whatever cars are, a Lincoln Town car.
No, he had it was a Dodge Charger with dark tinted windows.
Gotcha. And he said he was a police, and so what, he's trying to beat for free type shit?
Yeah.
You went and told them, the boys, and did they catch him or what?
Yeah.
Okay, shout out. That's good.
I started the whole fucking, I guess, big ass investigation. He had 52 charges of the same thing.
With regards to you or
other people too?
Oh, this man was on a spree, huh?
Yeah.
So his whole goal was to go around in that car and pick up women who were on the blade and basically try to get the free.
Yeah. For free. He got kidnapping charges. He had impersonating police officer charges. He had kidnapping with a deadly weapon. He had all kinds of shit. Rape charges.
And he deserved every bit of that because he's a real dirtbag.
He actually had 58 different charges.
Yeah, I'm going to go ahead and say he's going to be in a place called jail for a while.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to go ahead and say you did a good thing. I'm going to say you did a good thing.
I feel like I did.
I think you did. Frankly, I don't like collaborating with the government or the police.
No, me neither.
But I think in this case, you did a real good thing.
I'm a very bad person off the street.
Yes, indeed. Has that only happened to you in the line of duty? When you were taken advantage of?
Yeah.
Okay, so never in your personal life?
No.
Okay.
That's what we're going to talk about anyway.
Okay. And when did you lose your virginity?
We don't want to talk about that.
We want to skip that one?
Yeah.
Got you. Okay, so that sounds like that was probably earlier than you would have liked.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Okay. And if you were going to talk to a parent and you're telling them the most important thing to
love your child.
To love your child.
No matter what. Like if your child comes to you and says, Mom, I have a drug problem, don't hold it against them.
In the sense of like what, like judging them?
Yes. Because that's just going to make them rebel. It's going to make them hate you even more.
When you're on crack, do you have to tell somebody you have a drug problem? I feel like I could tell motherfucker on crack.
Not necessarily. You can't tell.
That's amazing. You was a sharp crackhead, huh? That's insane. So how long have you...
I could go. His pipe come back and have a full-blown conversation with you and you would never tell that I was high.
So you telling me you wouldn't be here leaning talking about, beam me up, Scotty? No.
I'd be sitting here like I am now.
Word. That's amazing. You like, I'm high on crack right now, matter of fact.
Right.
Now, when do you start fiending? Like how long?
Well, I'm about to say peace to the saints in a minute.
Okay. Oh my goodness. Yes, indeed.
We can continue this another day.
I hear you. You need it in your life. How many times have you been arrested?
Total?
Yeah, total.
I have no idea.
That many times?
Yeah.
How many times have you actually been guilty of something and they arrested you but let you go? Didn't even take you downtown?
A few times.
Word? Was it just off of some like, like you seem like a nice little white lady, I'm gonna let you go? Or,
basically.
Yeah? Okay, that's what's up. That's what's up.
Like, no, you couldn't have done that. Of course not.
He's a whole nut. You ever thought of doing stand-up comedy?
They told me I could.
Honestly, I think you could, but it's weird because mostly women are not that funny, especially in terms of stand-up comedians. They don't be funny like that. I think you got it in you. Now, for you, do you ever plan on getting clean?
For what?
Clean of drugs.
For what?
Oh, you said for what? Shit. You know what I like about you? I like how you go in deep, meaning like some people, they be half-assed and they might sell some pussy, but they don't want to admit it, or they might be on dope, but they be in denial.
I don't know why. Because for one, I'm not ashamed of what I do. I don't give a fuck about your opinion, their opinion, whoever.
Damn.
At the end of the day, your opinion or their opinion means shit to me.
It seems that way.
All I care about is my opinion of myself.
That's a beautiful thing. Now, how did you get to that level?
I've always been like that.
Really? Oh, you know what? You ever thought about opening OnlyFans?
I thought about that.
You thought about that? Yeah.
But I don't know if I'd ever have any followers.
People, listen, if somebody wanted you to shit on their chest, you feel me? Like, there's something for everybody, apparently. That's wild. Okay. Now, the thing with my understanding with OF is that you have to have a niche, you feel me? So you have to have like something special about you, like you got huge titties, or you got
I got a huge pussy.
You said you got a huge pussy?
Fat pussy with long fat pussy lips.
That's crazy as hell.
If I had my phone on me, I'd show y'all.
Oh, you got pictures on your phone?
Uh-huh.
What'd you be sending them people?
No, it's just good advertisement.
What'd you do?
Like, say if I wanted to proposition you, right?
All right.
I'd be like, how many white women got fat pussies?
Uh-huh.
And I'd show you the picture.
Okay. Oh, is that like an ethnic feature? Is that like more like black women have that or something?
I don't know. I just know I got it.
Okay, that's what's up. You never met another chick that had a fat pussy?
I don't fuck with bitches.
Oh, you never messed with it at all?
Fuck no.
Not one time?
Can't no bitch do nothing for me that a man can't do.
So you 100% strictly dickly, as they say.
That part.
Wow. Okay.
If a man can't do it, my vibrator can.
And you've never tried women at any level?
Fuck no.
Okay.
For what?
That's what's up. Because you didn't notice it's trendy now.
That's nice from them.
Okay, so you just be walking down the street and you be advertising. You be like, hey, and then you just bust out the phone, and then they look and they be like, oh, I need that.
Basically.
That's what's up. Okay, that's it. You're a clever one then. You got some business savvy. Because the funny thing is, like, low key, anybody could say anything, but then you show them, they're like, all right, she's the real deal.
Right.
Now,
if y'all want to see me, I'm on Fremont in Las Vegas.
There you go, Fremont in Las Vegas. And can we get a discount code or anything? Like, if they seen you here, can they get a discount? If
no.
They say peace to the saints, they can get like 20% off type shit?
No.
That's what's up. Okay, and now what I'm trying to figure out is this. Because you came on here with your stereotype. You broke down some stereotypes. You said all black men don't have big ones, right?
Right.
And see, me, I only know mine. You feel me? So
right.
I don't even know where I stand in the lineup. You heard me? But I know, I didn't done some poking, and chicks been like, hey, it's that. So I'm just gonna take their word for it. Now, for you to know that you have a fat one, how did you figure that out?
Men tell me.
Oh, really? Like you whip that motherfucker out there, like, damn.
Yeah.
Like, that boy fat right there. Folks, send in your comments, questions, because she has to go. She has some things she has to
as y'all know.
She has some things she has to tend to. You know what? I like to always take a moral from every conversation like this that we have, like a lesson. And you know what? I feel like the lesson I get from you is to, now obviously we're not recommending anybody use crack.
Right, we're not recommending that at all.
Yeah, we're not recommending that in particular, but
what I'm recommending is, okay, whatever you do in life, only do something that you want to do.
Mm-hmm.
Don't do nothing that you're gonna be ashamed that you've done.
I like that. Don't do anything you're going to be ashamed that you've done.
If you can't admit what you do, don't do it.
If you can't call it what it is.
Right, then don't do it.
Okay, cool. That's the part that I like, because we got a lot of chicks that are on OnlyFans, which is essentially prostitution, but they call themselves OnlyFans models. I'm like, shorty, you're not a model, you're a prostitute.
Right.
But you're a fake one.
Right.
Yeah. Okay.
That's why I couldn't be on OnlyFans. I'm not fake.
Right. You really giving it out here.
Right.
Okay. Now, as you said, you had a fat one. If someone was like, look, I want to manage you because there's a strong market for that.
Never.
That's a beautiful thing. Okay, cool. So yeah, what I got from you is don't do anything you'd be ashamed to do. And then the other piece that I think is really important for happiness and peace of mind is what you said about you only care about what you think.
Right. Don't care what everybody else thinks. Whatever everybody else thinks about you is irrelevant.
Mm-hmm. I like that.
It's redundant. It don't matter.
I absolutely like that. Well, Alicia, if y'all want to check out Alicia, Fremont, she out there, and apparently she ain't giving us no discounts. We ain't got no discount code for y'all, but we appreciate you. And if you ever want to come back and give us some game, we'd be happy to have you. So thank you. Okay. It's been a pleasure. Hey, tell the folks peace to the saints.
Peace to the saints.
All right.